Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Zeals. The sun is out and I'm recording a video because we got some news finally for the next raid up banner for characters and the weapons. So let's get into the HQ and let's talk about it.
Okay.
Before we begin, let me give a massive shout out to my newest YouTube members. Boom! Thank you so much guys, and I'll be streaming the pools for Klee, my favorite girl, live on Twitch as well. Anyways guys, my shameless plug is done. Now for Venti, the pretty boy, boom, getting Thanos, goodbye for now. Limited, but does not mean, for now, from what we know, that he will not be back. I think that he will make a return one day, but it's what it is for now. So for my favorite character, everyone's saying that I have to pronounce it correctly, and that is Klee. If I'm wrong, let me know down below, but that's what the German viewers have told me. Anyways, Klee is coming with their own banner at a raid up. Now, as you guys can see in the background, they got to put the 4 stars to the side, but you got to pay attention as a free-to-play. Like I said, 2 to 4 stars. We got Miss Sucrose. We also got the best maid, the armored lady, Noelle with her mouth open. And we got the pretty boy, Xingqiu, the water boy as well. Now, the banner is going to start 6 p.m. depending on your server. So, Asia, 6 p.m., NA, 6 p.m. Anyways, you get the point on, yeah, October 20th. So, we got a little bit of space after Venti's banner. We also got the Epitome Invocation, the weapon banner. Now, let me go into the game real quick. So, we got the character event wish. So, pity from this banner will carry over. And for the weapon event wish, it's going to carry over. If you summon into here, you built up some pity, then it's going to carry over to the next weapon banner, the Epitome Invocation. I'm just going to pull out this site. I recorded it with the game open, and it's just a little bit confusing for the viewers, so I'm just going to pull it out like this. We have the elemental skill, which is E, elemental burst, the Q, which is the ult. Everything I talk about today is based off, obviously, my own.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
All the 4 stars that I talk about today, you can make them work in a team. Some are very universal, meaning that you can incorporate them into many teams. Some are not, compared to like Venti's banner, like Fischl, oof, as well as Shali. You can bring them to almost a lot of the teams. So Xingqiu's elemental skill, his E, is kind of like Barbara's, meaning that it persists if you change to a different character. Just like Barbara applies the wet status, so you pop that E, switch to a different character, you see the wet status and the swords, the 3 swords, when the character takes damage, depending on Xingqiu's ascension level, the sword is not only going to heal the 1 sword that shatters from the damage taken, but also going to reduce damage taken as well. So his elemental skill is pretty good on paper. Elemental burst is going to give him reliable hydro damage, and paired with cryo there's good CC. But not only that, if you use like a claymore user, you can also do some elemental reaction called shattered. So Xingqiu, if you're going to summon for him, his Constellation 2 extends his elemental skill by 3 seconds. Not only that, decreases hydro resistance by 15% for 4 seconds. This sounds great on paper, but do you have another hydro damage dealer in your team like Mona? And this lasts for 4 seconds and 15%. The character we're going to talk about next can do this a lot better and fit into more teams, but yes, she will require an item set. So Xingqiu with this elemental skill can do a lot of things, but it's not the best of all those things, like damage reduction as well as healing and reducing hydro resistance. It's not the best in all those things, but he can do it. Now, if you're going to summon for Klee and you get a Xingqiu, that's going to be awesome because of this passive right here. When you use this boy to craft talent materials, has a 25% chance to refund a portion of the crafting material. Dude, give me that. The following character that I want to talk about is Sucrose. Her elemental skill and elemental burst, there are different cooldowns, durations, but it's pretty much for CC, and of course, the swirl effect. If you just only look at her skills, she kind of looks but when you look at the ascensions and when you look at the constellations, then things start to change a little bit. So if she swirls hydro, the characters in the party with the matching element hydro have their elemental mastery increased by 50 for 8 seconds. Her ascension 4, when you use her ult, also gives elemental mastery based off 20% of Sucrose's elemental mastery. So there's that synergy as well. And one of the best ones right here, when Sucrose crafts character and weapon enhancements, this I use like daily, has a 10% to obtain double the product. This is OP, dude. I use her all the time because of this. Her constellations are pretty damn good, right? So at Constellation 1, her elemental skill, her E ability, gains 1 additional charge. Not only that, at Constellation 4, every 7 normal and charge attack basically reduces the cooldown of her elemental skill. So there's that synergy. Constellation 2 increases our ult duration. And Constellation 6, when you use your ult, all party members gain a 20% elemental damage bonus of whatever she absorbed, the elemental type that she swirled. Now Sucrose, with this set right here that you're seeing on your screen, the elemental type that she swirled. So right now you're going to see Mona pop off. You're going to need the swirl right there, right, with her Ascension 1. And of course, her artifact is going to enable this kind of a play. 374k damage with Mona's ult. You can see that, of course, it was not just Sucrose that made that happen, but you could do some crazy things because of her constellations as well as her passives from her ascensions. And because she is an Anemo character, there's that swirl, and swirl with the correct artifact that you're seeing can reduce the resistance of the effect that you consumed through swirl. I'm sure that most of you guys that are watching have used your Quaint Fates into Noelle's the beginner's banner, so hopefully you have 1 copy. If you are incorporating her into your team and you're using her, you're loving her, and she is your main, then yes, this banner, if you want more Noelle copies, is a good choice. If you want the other characters up in this banner, but if you don't want the other 4-star characters, maybe you already have them or you don't want to use them, you don't like their playstyle, and you don't like Klee, then you can wait for another banner where Noelle may be up there. But if you can't wait and she is your main and you want the constellations, then this may be the banner for you, for the Noelle users. As for Klee, we already talked about her. All you need to know is that she is the main damage dealer. Her playstyle is not like the other Catalyst or pretty much the mage archetype, right? The range casters. She's not like that. She has to pretty much drop the bombs with her elemental skill, Jumpty Dumpty. If you like Klee, then you're gonna summon for her, right? No questions asked. You don't care what I say. But for those that are kind of in the middle, then I would just wait for the test run so that you can play her. And if you want to wait for like gameplay videos on YouTube, then you can wait for that as well. Yes, she can support, but man, she's main damage dealer, okay? She's gonna pop off, and Xiangling is gonna be great with her. Bennett, of course. I'm actually thinking about making a full pyro team for memes, but anyways, she is gonna be your main damage carry. So if you don't have a solid main damage carry, you're close to the pity or something like that, then Klee may be it for you. But I would still wait to see if you like her playstyle as well as if she can perform for you. And for the free to play, seeing how good she is at 0 constellation. As for the weapon banners, make sure you guys check the details. Well, this goes for every pretty much banner, but you should check the details, see the rates. It's going to be higher than the characters, and the pity counter is going to be at 80 instead of 90 for the character banners. So let's talk about the sacrificial weapons real quick here. The great sword is pretty good for, can you guys see that? Yeah, the great sword is good for Diluc, but if you only have 1, it's a 40% chance and 30 seconds internal cooldown, right? So if you can get more, it's gonna be great, but we do have a better weapon pretty much for Diluc up in the same banner, which is the Wolfie, right? The Wolf's Gravestone, the Claymore attack on it, instead of, what was it, energy recharge, I believe. Yeah, I think it was energy recharge on the sacrificial greatsword, and increases base attack by a ton. And the best part right here, increases all party members base attack by this amount, depending on how many duplicates you got. But this occurs when you attack an enemy with less than 30% HP, which is gonna happen quite often reliably. So this weapon is not only great for Diluc, but there's that synergy with his party members. If you're even swapping, you should. But yeah, if you're swapping, then yes, there's gonna be some crazy perks with that as well. So the whales are going to go crazy for this weapon right here. So yes, the great sword has energy recharge, and the sacrificial sword, I use this on Xingqiu. It's not her best in slot because it doesn't have attack, but it can still reset the cooldown of her elemental skill, her E ability. So that's pretty cool. It's a placeholder for me. I'm using that on, can you guys see that? Yeah, I'm using that right now on Xingqiu. And of course, same thing with the Grey Sword. The more you have, the better it gets. Well, that can be said for almost all the weapons, obviously. The sacrificial weapons are alright in general. They're not best in slot for anybody. You need more than one. You need to get the copies, the duplicates, to get refined so that it is more reliable, and the cooldown on that is a lot lower. So just keep that in mind. Dragon's Bane polearm is not that great. Dragon's Bane polearm used to be good, but the meta is shifting a little bit. So like even Shanli, nah. So it's not gonna be really the selling point. The selling point is obviously the Wolf's Gravestone and the Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds. Don't get me wrong, this is still great. The Lost Prayer is still great, and it is on a rate up for the whales that want to dive into this weapon banner. But Skyward Atlas, if you already have a Skyward Atlas, then you don't necessarily need to dump it into this. But hey, you're a whale anyways. If I'm talking to whales, then you're gonna go into that banner anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But Skyward Atlas is pretty damn good, pretty best slot for a lot of the casters. Whether you get the Skyward Atlas or the Lost Prayer, gonna be good for Klee as well as Ningguang. I think most people will be drawn in by Wolf's Gravestone. So yeah, especially the Dialog fans out there. Yeah, I kind of want one too, but just know that if you want to get Wolf's Gravestone, you might have to go. Yeah, you might have to go a little deep into this banner. Just know that, guys. It's not. Yeah, unless you get lucky and you get it in the first pull, just have that in mind. And as for Klee's banner, let's say you did 69 into, what the heck? Anyways, let's just say that you did that many summons into Venti's banner and you didn't get a 5-star, or maybe you got a 5-star and you did 69 summons afterwards. All you need to know is that the pity system from Venti's banner is going to go towards this one. So rest assured, just good luck to you guys. If you're still confused whether you should pull for Klee or not, just wait for the review videos, the gameplay videos, or you can just try her yourself as soon as the banner launches on the 20th, 6 p.m. And also make sure you guys do want to invest into the 4-stars, or if you just want one of them for their passive perks, so that when you craft like talent materials or character ascension materials, you want those perks as well, then yeah, this banner may be it for you. So for me, I'm gonna go crazy for Klee because I don't know, man. She just brightens my day, and I just love troll characters. So I'm gonna go for her. But if I was a free to play and I didn't like Klee and I didn't like the 4-stars that I'm looking at, I would skip 100%. That's just my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys leave it a like, smack that like. I'll be doing my summons on Twitch, and make sure you guys follow me on Discord for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys subscribe for more. Your boy Zeal's out. Peace.